Hey everybody, Spaceman Spiff here with episode 22 of Spaceman Climbs, and today I have a human versus orc for you on Echo Isle, and this is a bit of an interesting situation for me because I feel like I never draw human. Despite playing random, I feel like I get undead 75% of the time. I have elf and orc 10% of the time each, and then human 5% of the time. Maybe that's an exaggeration. I get a lot of elf and orc as well, but I just never draw human. So human on a small map against an orc is a tough match to go outside the cookie cutter strategies, I think. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do at this point. I'm expecting a Blademaster and grunts. I'm expecting he'll creep a little bit and then come to harass me, either trying to delay my power creeping or get some militia kills there, or he's going to come and stop my fast expansion. And this is such a small map that it's really easy for a Blademaster to do that, right? So I don't think I'm very comfortable with it. It's not something I want to engage in, and as you know, I try and go outside of the mainstream strategies. So despite saying that, I am going to go Archmage and Footmen, but I am going to do that with an aggressive strategy. So as soon as my hero spawns, I'm going to move out aggressively, and I'm going to see what I can do in the enemy base, and then I'll reassess from there. That's my thinking anyway. As I'm sure you noticed here, I'm power building my second farm. This is not a strategy. This is just me forgetting to build my farm and then power supply blocking myself. So yeah, I'm just bad at the game. Let's remember that as we move forward. Let's see, I have my first Footman out. I'm going to start building my second or my third farm here. My Archmage is coming. And like I was saying, I'm going to move out immediately. I also am always a strong advocate of getting an Arcane Tower up as quickly as possible against a Blademaster. This way, hopefully, I'm not going to have to wall off my base, and I'll still be able to get my hero back there and micro a bit. I think one Arcane Tower up in the right position can really thwart a Blademaster harass. So that's what I'm doing. I'm getting it up early just as, you know, that extra precaution. You might not see it this quickly from other players, but I think it's just worth it at most levels of play, just if the Blademaster comes in and buys so much time. So I have it here in a spot where it defends all of my peasants, and it's really easy for me to repair if he pops in, right? I have a lot of peasants on hand to quickly repair it. Anyway, here I am moving aggressively. Just before I get to his base, I summon my first water elemental, and there's the Blademaster, so exactly what we expected. Items, though, and a tower is going up. So we're against a Blademaster abuse strategy. And I will say my opponent is top 20 or top 30 on the Azeroth ladder. He's another strong player. He plays exclusively Orc, and based on his name and based on, you know, what I'm seeing here, I expect he probably does this a lot of the time, if not every single game. So he knows what he's doing. I see that he's building the Watchtower, and I have a couple options, right? I know... Let's talk about the strategy that he's employing right now. He is expecting to, or hoping to, harass me all game, control the map, delay my economy, to delay my expansion, and to sneak up an expansion himself, and just be such an annoying player. That's what he's hoping to do. So I have to play against that, right? We have to... I think a big problem a lot of people have is that this happens, and then they see this, and then they panic and try and go through with the regular game plan anyway, or decide, you know what, I'm going to get a huge hero advantage and then try and win like that, or I'm going to try and, I don't know, we're going to have to adjust our game plan appropriately from the get-go. So you'll see already I'm going to start researching defend immediately. There it is. And I have two options as a human player, right? Or three options maybe. I can try and beat him early with defend and do a big push. I can... or I can fall back and expand, or just try and keep him down and safely creep. And I think all of them have their merit, but my go-to strategy this game is going to be to try and bowl him over. So that's why I'm getting defend right away. I'm going to start pumping out a lot of footmen, deal what damage I can with my group here. I'll talk about that in a second. And then as soon as he pushes me back, I'm going to come in with a big army of as many footmen as I have at the time with defend, and try and just beat him down before he has a good amount of defenses set up. So now, going to this, he got mirror image. I don't know if that was a mistake or deliberate. It's definitely not the right choice. Windwalk is the better spell. I think that is universally understood. I respect that he went for it, but it's kind of strange for me to see it in a Blademaster abuse strategy because, it's counterintuitive. That said, again, though, he's a strong player. He's high ranked. He knows what he's doing. He definitely knows how to play this strategy. So it is what it is. I start taking too much damage on my Archmage here. That should never happen. But it doesn't matter because I wanted to teleport back anyway so that I could heal and move quickly. I didn't want to run all the way home, grab my stuff, run back, try and heal while the Blademaster's chasing me around and being a general pain. Instead, I come home, I'm going to heal up. The Blademaster is not on me right now, so I might still have a bit of element of surprise on him when I do arrive at his base or if he interrupts me halfway. So I think some people might see that as a loss of 350 gold or at least the 175 it could have been. But I'm going for a big push. I don't need gold right now, as you can see. I have just one barracks and footmen coming out, and my lumber mill's going up. I'm not strapped for cash. I can only produce from one building right now anyway. And I was able to get back, heal my units a little bit earlier, and I'm going to be at his base a little bit earlier because of that teleport. You'll see I'm also bringing along some militia because I'm going to try and tower him. I don't think it's necessarily that great here, but I have enough footmen with defend that hopefully that will buy time while I put on damage on his burrows and towers, and eventually once the towers go up on my end, they'll be too much for him to deal with. I'm hoping I'll be able to get him up. So immediately I run my Archmage straight in and take a lot of damage on him unnecessarily. I force the Blademaster to teleport, who was trying to harass in my base, and now we're even on teleports. I've taken way too much damage on my Archmage, but my army's doing pretty well. He's got a lot of peons and burrows, and he's repairing and he's building here. So even if I don't kill the burrows, he's taking a lot of resource hits right now, right? This is going well. I move my hero back into range of burrows, and he gets a kill. So that's embarrassing. That should never happen. He was very quick with targeting me again, but don't let that happen. My towers are going up, and even here, he didn't get experience for the kill, right? The Blademaster has no extra experience for the Archmage kill. And I'm still looking pretty strong. Like, piercing damage does not hurt defended footmen. My towers are up. I should be upgrading them already. But I don't think he has damage output to deal with my footmen and take down the towers and repair everything. But he comes back in, gets another kill on the footman, but it was a burrow again, so no experience for him. And look at that spiked barricade. So he made some questionable decisions in mirror image, but I think this is a really strong play by him. He already has spiked barricades up, so he must have started researching that as soon as I arrived at his base. And that's a great reaction, right? That completely thwarts my attempt. My 5 footmen do not have the damage output to take out a burrow being repaired, and now spiked barricades are all of a sudden going to completely thwart my attack. So what was looking pretty good for me, I think all of a sudden, just with that one cheap upgrade, is completely going to counteract my push, and I can no longer get away with this. So I think I'm starting to realize that now. I'm putting damage on the Blademaster again where I can, because he can't windwalk away. And now I'm definitely realizing that this is over. So I think you'll see I'm not upgrading these towers. I'll pull my peasants back now. I'm going to try and force him to spend a little more time in his burrows, but it's not even worth it. So full retreat. I'm going to have to leave these to be sacrificed, but my footmen are going to get back to safety. And now let's kind of think about it. So I'm starting my tech. I know he hasn't teched. I know the majority of that fight, he was not getting much income at all because these burrows were filled and being repaired. He has towers here. He spent a lot of money on items. So, he has taken a lot of economic damage, and I have all my army still, or a reasonable amount. I still have all my peasants that I brought in. My hero's level 1, but his has very little experience as well, because I think I only lost 2 or 3 units there, and my Archmage and at least one of footmen did not give him any experience. So I'm still thinking I'm in an okay spot, and I have basically one play now, right? I didn't succeed in my push, so now I need to just ensure he doesn't expand and ensure he can't harass me enough to win the game. So the first thing I want to do is ensure that my base is safe from a Blademaster harass, right? I don't want to have to keep my army there. I don't want him to be able to poke in and deal damage and frustrate me. Just spend the resources, ensure that your base is safe from a Blademaster. So for this game, I'm against a level 1 Blademaster with Mirror Image at this point. So 1 Arcane Tower is more than enough to keep him out of my base. If you're in a different strategy, though, put up another guard tower and even 2 guard towers, because one of the, his win condition is to harass you to no end. So if you can put down 3 towers, that stops. Even a level 5 Blademaster has a hard time dealing with 3 towers. And now you've completely thwarted one of his main win conditions. And don't forget, he's investing, how many towers does the average towering orc player get? Tons. He's investing way more resources into defenses than you are. Don't be afraid to spend a little bit. So I think that's the first thing you should do. And I've done that. Because of my current situation, my base is now safe from a Blademaster harass. Second thing, you can do it in any order you want. Ensure that there is a gold mine clear for you to expand to. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come down here and creep this. I'm not going to creep this. That's a waste of time. I'm not creeping for the levels. I'm not going here because it's easy. I'm going straight for this because that's my next object, is to make sure I have a gold mine ready for me to expand to, because he's going to go for map control. He's going to be annoying. All I need to ensure is that I win the gold game now, because he's spending all his gold here. So I'm going to come down, check this, clear it, not necessarily expand right away, but make sure it's free to be expanded upon. And then the next object is to come here and make sure he's not expanding. And that's it. That's the rest of my game plan. I'll deal with creep camps later. I'll deal with everything later. Secure my expansion. Secure his expansion. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm going straight south. And we're going to creep at this. Boom. Look at that. So he's trying something super cheesy. This is the last thing I expected to see. And I'm like, there's no way he's actually expanded, is there? There's no way. I go straight for it. I have to take this down. And I have a good army to do it. And I see, okay, it's just 2 towers. He's got another one going up. I should be able to deal with this. The Blademaster is here, but he's got Mirror Image again, so I'm okay. And I quickly focus this down. You'll see, too, I did bring 2 militia. There's 1 and there's 2. That was not to expand, but after creeping this, I was going to build 2 towers and then 2 towers. Just start situating some towers preemptively. Because, again, he's just 1 hero. He can't deal with my army right now as long as I don't creep anything stupid. So as long as I protect my key objective points, then I'm going to be okay. So that's what I'm trying to do. Unfortunately, I did run into towers, so that idea has been thwarted. So here I am. His Blademaster is here. Mirror Image, I guess, is absorbing some damage, but it's not doing great. I'm going to move to this tower. And look, there's 3 more here. Keep that in mind. If I had come a little later, there would have been 5 towers up, right? Or at least 3 and these 2 at this point, which would have been much more difficult for me to deal with. Taking way too much damage on my hero again from those damn focus fire. He was good at that. And let's look at this. He brings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more peons down. And they're here already. They must have left a while ago. So, and look at the timing too. So they're here now, and it's too late, right? I think it's pretty clear that I'm going to be able to counteract this tower push. I'm going to take this down. He's only got a level 1 hero. These ones aren't even done yet. This is eventually going to go in my favor, I think. But if I had gone here to creep first, or if I had gone and crept this or this and then gone south, he would have had 5 towers and a bunch of peons here to repair, and this would have been such a hard thing for me to deal with, right? It wouldn't matter if I was level 2 with Brilliance Aura. Wouldn't change a thing. I would still have so much trouble dealing with this. But because I came straight down, I was able to catch this on time, and now I'm sorry to give away this fight, but I am going to push this back eventually. So I'm just focusing down where I can. The towers are taking a lot of damage. He's getting ready to repair, putting some damage on my Archmage here. I should be focusing the tower. What am I doing? Cancel the heal on the Blademaster, and his first tower goes up, and now he's going to start repairing while I start focusing. And it's, look at this. My Archmage, he's good with his focus fire again. He almost gets my Archmage, but I get the Blademaster level up. Oh yeah. But still, all these peons now with just 1 tower. My footmen have taken a lot of damage from these spiked barricades over the course of this fight. But I am able to push him back because it's still just 1 tower. It's not enough damage output. If he had had the 5, if I had just played the normal game or been a little more cautious or just not played this objective style game that you have to do against a Blademaster abuse strategy, then this would have been a completely different game, because this would have been situated and he would have been able to expand here. For sure. That's what would have happened. Instead, I am now Here I've got my hero advantage. I took down his towers. I've lost most of my footmen. I'm down to just 5 footmen after that fight. And but I have succeeded in pushing that. So now my second objective has been completed. I guess this hasn't been crept yet, so it's not great, but at least I came down here and I secured the point, right? And now I'm chasing these peons. I don't know if it's even worth it. I'll get a couple kills. I'll get some experience here. I'm going to lose a footman scouting that out. It happens. But really, my next objective, like I was saying, is to secure his gold mine. Make sure he can't get a quick expansion up. So I'm dealing damage here, and then I'm going to go straight south to his expansion. I don't have a second hero yet. I don't have any tier 2 buildings up. I haven't started teching because I'm bad at the game, but make whatever decision at this point you want. But either way, make sure, like this objective-based play, make sure his expansion is not going down. So I'm going to pick off what kills I can here. I think I'll get these 2 peons, which honestly I don't think I should be doing. I don't think it was worth it for this bit of experience. Like 2 peons, when he has this many, doesn't hurt him. He's already got enough wood, I'm sure. And either way, I come south and I'm going to scout. You see I also have my 3 ivory towers. So in the event that he hasn't crept this or he's not here, I'm going to put them out here. Secure the point. Secure the point. Doesn't matter if I'm expanding there. It just means 3 towers will prevent the Blademaster. And look, he's here. He's got 3 peons. He's doing exactly what we expected, right? He's going for to clear his base so he can expand and tower, and then he's going to come harassing me. But he has mirror image, so I get another free kill on him. Yeah, gets me to level 3, and he's going to leave the game. So, kind of an interesting game, right? It definitely loses some credibility because he went mirror image first, but I think it still shows a lot of, like, I think I still played it pretty well, especially considering I went for an all-in tower push against a towering orc, and it was thwarted pretty easily. Just because I played this objective-based gaming, and I went to my expansion. I didn't try and expand. I was trying to tower it a bit to take it for myself, but caught him doing something sneaky by going for this objective-based play, and then thwarted that, went to check his other base, caught him doing something sneaky, won the game. At that point, there was nothing more he could do. You got to make a point of not allowing them to expand and just playing safe and controlling where you can. Like, no need to get a level 3 hero. No need to rush level 5 and casters. Like, why do you need sorceresses there? You just need... Don't get me wrong, sorceresses would have been good, and if I had gotten them, it would have been nice, but I didn't rush them. They're not the necessary... They're not the thing that will win me the game. They'll come in when they do, but just secure gold. It's going to be a long game, especially if it doesn't go as cleanly as it did here for me, and a lot of the time it'll end up in emptying out your coffers and the other player just not having any gold left, and that's how you win a lot of the time against these towering orcs. But it works, and that's the way to do it. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Questions, comments, criticisms are welcome. If you like the video, please like it or subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And either way, have a great rest of your day.